It's a food preparation class at the Calhoun Street Center, and with me is Miss Iowa Bay, who is the instructor. What types of food do you prepare here in this class?
Well, considering that most of our students are kids between the ages of 14 and under, a lot of times it's desserts because that holds their interest, knowing that they're going to have something sweet.
Okay, but you do prepare other types of food, such
definitely. Spaghetti, dinners, Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, types of things you would have for dinner at home.
How often does this class meet?
Twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
How many students do you normally have?
Between 10 and 15.
Do you mind if we just watch while you go on?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, right now Tyrese is preparing cupcakes. She's doing the mixing, and Benjamin here is going to put it into the containers and put it in the oven. The girls on the sides are waiting to prepare the popcorn. We're preparing munchies for television viewing.
I see. Never used the ice cream scoop to fill cupcakes.
Well, a lot of people feel as though it's just for ice cream, but if you notice, it's accurate to the amount that's supposed to be in the cup. And it keeps it from running over. You know, a lot of times you say, well, do I have enough? Oh, no, it's not enough. You look, you have a cookie instead of a cupcake. Yeah. Well, Benjamin is the only male here today. That takes a lot of nerve.
Do you normally have more meals?
Yes, younger than Benjamin. Most of the time they're between the ages of 5 and 6. All right, Marquette is in the process of pouring the oil in the pan. We're going to cover the bottom of the pan with oil, okay? Just the bottom of the pan. This is to make sure that the popcorn seeds are saturated, not too much oil because it causes acne and all that other stuff that I'm about to show you. Okay, and we take 1 cup of popcorn, and we also cover the bottom of the pan because too much will cause it not to pop, okay?
That's enough?
Mm-hmm. That's enough. That's plenty. Okay? All right. Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since I popped popcorn. Does the pan have to be at a certain temperature, or it all heats up together?
The pan, if you noticed, I lit it before we started because it has to be at a certain temperature or it'll cook too fast. Like I said, you'll have some popped and some won't, and that messes up your teeth when you're eating popcorn. You notice when you go to the movies, you're eating whole kernels. Okay? All right, you're going to put the top on it. When you put the top on it, we'll shake it a little bit to make sure it's around the pan evenly. Okay. Most people think when you pop popcorn at home like this without a popcorn popper that you have to constantly shake the pan. But if you have sufficient amount of oil and popcorn, it'll pop itself. So all we just do is sit back and wait for the results. Okay? Thank you, Marquette.
Hello.
Hello.
Your name is?
Tyrese.
Tyrese. How long have you been coming to the cooking class?
About 2 years.
2 years. My goodness, you must have learned a lot. Do you feel you've learned anything that's going to help you in your daily living or in your future life as far as cooking and preparation of meals are concerned?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you've prepared since you've been coming here?
I've learned how to cook a meal.
A complete meal?
Full course meal.
All right. Some of the things such as?
Spaghetti.
Oh.
Steak.
Oh, my. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
How's it taste?
Good.
Mrs. Ann Monroe Bay is the sewing instructor of the sewing class here at the Calhoun Street Center. Mrs. Bay, what kinds of things do you make in the sewing class here?
Okay, in this particular sewing class, I've titled it Creative Sewing. Instead of dealing with just basic clothing construction, we deal with tailoring, we deal with fashion show techniques, We deal with textiles that you see on this particular corner right here on your right-hand side. I've exposed them to fabrics from all over the world. And the young ladies sitting right here are mainly doing basic clothing construction. Some of them are just learning how to do the first stitch. Here on the table, we also have fashion sketching.
Do the students design their own clothes?
Quite a few of them do. It's according to how advanced they are. Here you see a particular suit that was designed by one of the students that we used for a flyer for one of our fashion shows. Here's another suit that one of the young gentlemen had designed, and of course he's not here this evening, but he also constructed this suit, and we used it in one of the fashion shows. On this particular end here, as I was saying before, are all your different types of textiles that even if they're sewing basic clothing construction, they must learn. In this booklet right here are all the terminologies, 43 different terminologies in sewing. On this end, you have a few scraps of imported fabric, as I was telling you before. By me doing this for a living and also teaching, I bring in fabrics from different countries that I've traveled to so that they will be familiar with them.
This is Linda Stewart, an advanced student of the sewing class. How long have you been coming to this class, Linda?
I haven't come to this class for about 3 years, but I have grew up in this center. I've been coming to this center for a very long time, and Miss Bay have taught me a lot about sewing. She taught me more than I learned in school. And
What have you made since you've been here?
I made these pants I have on right now.
You made those pants. Okay.
And she helped me make my prom gown, and I do a lot of sewing for other people. And she helped me when when I get in trouble. I come up here, and she come right to my rescue. She is good. She is really good.
Do you think you're going to be doing any sewing as a future occupation, or you just do it for fun?
I do it for I do it as a part of my livelihood.
That's great, Linda.
And these two girls right here, they sewing. Rochelle, she making a blouse, and Catrice is practicing her 5/8 seam. That's the first thing you learn when you come in the front door, is how to make a 5/8 seam, because every garment is sewed with a 5/8 seam.
Are these some of the garments that the students have made here, Linda?
Yes, these are the popular. These are just like the alligator jackets they sell in the store for about $20 and $30. When we made them in here for only about $3. And can I move? And this is the mini skirt. They made this for summer bazaar they had last year.
Do you ever display your garments at a fashion show?
Yes, they do that all the time. And here's the top two mini skirt.
What happens to most of the items that you make here?
Most of the time, people buy them, or we usually have a sale, and they buy them. And the ones, this is all that's left. It didn't get sold, so we leave them here.
Do the students ever wear their garments?
Yes.
Up, out, contract, up, out, and contract. Now point as hard as you can. Point hard, flex, point hard, flex. Now flex your feet. Now point, now flex, now point.
Miss Mary Lee is instructor of this lovely dance class. Miss Lee, what type of dancing do these girls do?
Oh, they do everything from modern dance, tap, jazz, and a little ballet.
A little ballet. How long has this class been in session? How long have these girls been coming?
Well, I'm not the first dance instructor here. It's been going on for around 4 or 5 years or so. I came in this summer.
With the same group of girls?
No, every year we get a couple of new people, or we lose a couple of new people, but it's always a pretty good class.
Okay, do you mind if we watch them dance?
Sure.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. reach for the stars when the sun is out. Yeah, and I can make my man forget what he's thinking about. Yeah, now when my lover get ahead, he don't need a thriller. No, but if he wants some loving, I can be a painkiller. Yeah, in other words, what I'm trying to say, don't be a teaser. No, be a love pleaser. Be a love pleaser. Be a love pleaser. Forget about the others and all the rest. But whatever you be, you got to be the best. There's time for everybody to get a hold to yourself. You see, life is too short, and I'm afraid we just don't have enough time left. So that's why they call me Mama Feel Good, 'cause I do my thing. And I'm telling you, it's about time you started doing it too. Now I can make a lover reach for the stars when the sun is out. Yeah. Now, band, let me hear you say something. Guitar, let me hear you spank it. I can take a $4 blessing, let out the funky hymn. Yeah, I can look up, and if he wants, I can look slim. Oh, mama feel good, mama feel good, oh, mama feel good, oh, mama feel good, mama feel good, oh, mama feel good, oh, mama feel good, yeah, mama feel good, mama feel good. I can pull up his shoes, do anything you think I can, and I can stand behind him and make him feel like a man. Yes, I can. He knows I can, and that makes him even more of a man.
Today, Judge Milton B. Allen is conducting a workshop here at the Criminal Justice Program. Judge Allen, what, if anything, is being done with the violent juvenile offender?
Well, I think that in the last, say, 10 years or so, we've seen a change in the character of the juvenile offense. The youngsters of the day are bigger, they're stronger, they're smarter, and apparently they know something that maybe their predecessors didn't know. They know that the juvenile system is not capable of dealing with them. You see, our juvenile system was born probably 90 years ago, at a time when children were children and they committed children's acts. Now, our juveniles commit extremely violent crimes, and I think we're gradually adjusting to it. We don't adjust as fast as the juvenile adjust, of course, but it's because we got to pass through the legislature, and we got to be convinced first that there's a problem. Then we got to take it to the legislature. We got to raise the money. We got to pass the laws, and get the institutions and the agencies involved. And we're always 3, 4, 5, 10 years behind, perhaps. But I see some things on the horizon that are designed to deal with the extremely violent juvenile offender. During the time I've been on the bench, which is 7 years, I think I've seen changes. The kids today are vicious very often, and they're cruel, and they have no concept of right or wrong. And I think it arises, of course, because we have a large number of young people who get almost no guidance at home who in effect have no home. They're often born of very young mothers. There's often no father around. And very often the child, the mother that is, who maybe is 14 or 15 years old, lives alone or with another youngster and attempts to raise a child. So you have children raising children. And they simply don't. So what they're trying to do gradually, but far too slowly, is they're thinking about building a maximum security institution or adapting one of our present institutions to maximum security, because they gradually begin to understand that the only thing a juvenile fears, a juvenile criminal, we call them delinquents, but they're really criminals. They commit the same crime somebody over 18 does, but we have a nice word, we call them delinquents. The only thing they really fear is loss of their freedom. And the only place to get lost of that freedom is in prison. So until they're 18 or until they waive for murder or rape or armed robbery, they can be assured that they'll not go to prison. They'll get probation. And in past years, they've got probation upon probation upon probation. So what is there to fear? Nothing. And they know this. The theory of the
Okay,
people...
my name is Rochelle, and I would like to know, what are the characteristics of children in detention?
Characteristics of children in detention. Now, I don't know if I could give a question, answer that question. The children in detention are usually children from single parent families. Children your age, I imagine you're 13, 14, 15 maybe. And a lot of girls of that age have a child. They're children themselves. They don't know what to do with the child. Now, unless there's a grandmother around to really take over and help her raise that child, she's going to do a very poor job because she's the child herself. And so what you often have is you may have 3 generations all under 45 years of age. The characteristics also are that they are often extremely cruel people, cold as ice, because no one has ever taught them how to care. I don't know you or what type of little girl you are, but I suppose you were raised in a home where you got a lot of love and affection, and you cared for your parents, they cared for you, there were brothers and sisters around, or cousins and things, and there was a lot of love. A lot of these kids don't know what love is. Back door, and his little brother was skinny, and he slipped into the bars of his neighbor's house, went and got a stereo and a bank with some money in it, about $170, $180. Then he got something else, but he couldn't get it through the bars, so then his little brother slipped back through the bars. And of course he was caught, and here he is sitting before me, nice little boy. I only had one prior incident, and that was a robbery with a knife. He took something with a kid with a knife. He's met another kid on the street, 12 years old, just put the knife at him and took a couple dollars from him. Now, this kid has a mother, a caring mother.
My name is Crystal Monroe, and I would like to know the guidelines needed for a waiver hearing in a juvenile court.
Well, the statutory guidelines are the age of the child is something you must consider. The mental and physical condition of the child. The amenability of the child to treatment in the juvenile system. That is whether the system can do him any good. His participation in the criminal act, the nature of his participation, and the element of danger of the public safety. And of course, the judge has to weigh all of these factors. The age, of course, is pretty simple. Even you got to use a little common sense. So you go to a child's participation in the crime, and maybe the child that's the passenger is not as guilty as the driver on a robbery, for instance. The kid that's waiting outside watching is just as guilty as the kid inside, of course, who goes inside. But you might say, well, the kid outside is really not as bad. Maybe we'll try him in a training school or try him in some sort of program.
My name is Carla Henry, and I would like to know, is there a constitutional right to appeal the juvenile court decision?
Well, there is, the answer to your question is yes, but that doesn't really answer your question. In Maryland, we have masters and we have judges, and there's a type of appeal from the master's decision. It's called an exception. Let's say a master tries a case of pocketbook snatching, for instance, something we have a lot of, and the master decides that the boy did it. That is, they find the delinquent act sustained. Like I said, we don't say guilty down there. We have special language in juvenile court. No one is ever guilty. They're delinquent. No, you never make a finding of guilty. The delinquent act is sustained. We have special language for kids. That's what's wrong with the system there. Too much special language. So, and then after he finds the delinquent act sustained, he'll recommend to me that the kid be put in a Maryland training school for boys under what they call a court control commitment, which means he can't get out until the judge says so. To be punished. I'm sure you've done many things in your life that you don't want to be punished for little things, you know. I don't mean criminal things. And I think we all have done that. Nobody wants to be punished. So when the kid snatches the pocketbook, for instance, or steals a car, or breaks in someone's house and takes his goods, or grabs a man around the neck on the street and puts the hand in the pocket and takes his money, and the man has a heart attack, and you bring him in, and so, all right, you hear all the facts, and you say, I find this to be a delinquent act. I find the delinquent act sustained. I'm going to commit you to the Maryland Training School for Boys, and you can't get out until the judge lets you get out. Well, he thinks that's abusive. Spruill. Okay, what did you want to know?
And I would like to know what are some alternatives to the secure detention of children and how effective are they?
Secure detention of children. Well, if a child needs secure detention, if that's what he really needs, or she really needs, I mean, we have a few girls in the system too every now and then, but very, very few. If that's what she really needs, there is no alternative to it.
Crime is a very serious problem today, especially for young people. The Youth Development Program is trying to combat this problem through their Criminal Justice Program. Miss Alice Ebb with me is the coordinator of the Criminal Justice Program. Can you tell me what the Criminal Justice Program is, Miss Ebb?
Okay. The criminal justice component for the Youth Development Program is set up primarily to implement workshops, seminars, and tours of penal institutions to bring about an awareness for community residents, adult and youth alike. Hopefully, the things that we do and the insight that we provide will serve as a deterrent, especially for young people, since crime in the area of juveniles has become so rampant now. Our primary focus with youth development is on the juvenile aspect, and one of the other things that we do is go down to Annapolis to testify on behalf of juvenile legislation that we feel is repressive.
At the Project Saga program located in the Greenmount West Center. Okay. This is a nutrition class located in the Greenmount West Center of the Project Saga program. This is Miss Janice Harwood, the instructor, and she's from the Dundalk Community College. What is this tea I see here?
Can you tell well, I want to know if the class knows, if you could remember what the tea is we're drinking. Ellarine, you know what's in it. Can you share this with the class?
It's dandelion tea and chicory and what?
And that's it, dandelion and chicory. Do you remember what about the tea is especially helpful to your body in the spring?
It cleanses the system and cleanse your blood and purify your blood.
It's a good spring tonic and blood purifier. It's rich in iron. And it doesn't have a bad taste. It has a lot of vitamin A and many minerals. The poor maligned dandelion, we go cutting the very most healthful weeds out of our yard many times, don't we? And the chicory, the beautiful blue flower that grows along the highway in the summer, in the mid to late summer. We know that it has a great deal of nutrition here in our class. It has leaves like the dandelion, and it's used to mellow coffee. It's probably the best, most healthful ingredient in the coffee.
Ms. Harwood, let me ask you, what type of material do you basically cover in this nutrition class?
We cover a very wide range of preventive nutrition and preventive health. And of course, this means eating right and feeling better because we take care of ourselves. It also includes the other influences, the alternative influences to health, such as exercising. We often say, what is your first food? And the ladies in this class can tell me, what's your most important food? Hattie, I want you to be involved in this too. What is your first food before water and before anything else that you eat? Your first food, who can remember? Take a deep breath, and then you know the answer. What is it? Lucille? Take a deep breath, and you can tell, and that's your first food.
Breathe, nice heavy breathe.
Yes, air. How long could you live without air? All right, so we always talk.
Hello.
Hello.
How does a tea taste?
It has a nice, gentle taste, but little bitter, but good for the system and the blood.
Do you like it?
It tastes pretty good.
Can I ask you, have you changed your eating habits since you've been coming to this nutrition class?
Not exactly, because I usually eat lots of, greens and carrots and celery,
She eats well anyway. A lot of these ladies grew up on farms where herbs were their medicine, and they ate naturally. They got the food directly from the garden in its very best organic form. And so...
Okay. Do this over?
No.
Okay.
Oh. She started.
Excuse me. Have you changed your eating habits since you've been a member of this class?
No, I haven't changed very much. I eat the same thing I was eating before I came here, but I raised up on the farm and I eat a lot of vegetables.
So you already ate nutritiously?
Yes, indeed. Yes, I am.
Have you found this class helpful?
Yes, I have. Very much helpful.
So you have changed your eating habits?
A little bit. I don't eat quite as much of the same food that I did eat before the class, so now I am eating more of the class food, and I think it's helped me a lot.
I see.
You might ask them what we decide to leave out of our diets when we want to feel better.
Okay. Can you tell me what foods you eliminated from your diets?
Fried foods.
Fried foods.
Right.
If you had known about nutritious eating earlier, would you have changed your eating habits years ago?
Oh, I think so. Oh, yes.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody remember the 3 white things which are so beneficial to eliminate from your diet when you want to feel better and have your body work more effectively?
White sugar, white bread, and potatoes.
Not the potatoes. They're good. Remember, the potatoes are good food, but the first 2, yes. Go ahead and tell her.
White bread.
White sugar.
White sugar and white bread. Can't think of the other one.
Okay, white flour basically includes bread, and then that thing that hurts us so much with high blood pressure that we have to...
Salt.
Salt. Okay.
Salt.
The 3 white meanies. Okay.
This is Miss Annie Foster, the instructor of the sewing class at Green Mountain West Project Saga's Center. Miss Foster, can you tell me a little bit about what goes on in this class? Are most of your students new students, or do they already have some experience in sewing?
Some few of them have experience, but we have some ladies in here doesn't have any at all. We have, I think, 3 in here now that doesn't have no experience. This lady doesn't here. This one doesn't. But the rest of them have been here with me quite a while, and they are getting very good at it. They've learned a lot since they've been here.
I see. What kinds of things have you made since you've been here?
I'm making a blouse.
You're making a blouse? Is it for yourself?
For myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Not for me, for my daughter.
What kinds of things have you made?
Oh, I've made a suit, blouse, the blouse I'm wearing.
Oh, isn't it nice?
And two or three dresses and a jumper.
Have all of your clothes been for yourself? Did you sell them, or what you do with them?
Everything has been for myself.
I see. That cuts down on your shopping.
Yes, it does.
Very good. What do we have back here? Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Did you make this?
Yes.
Okay, let's hold it up for the camera. Okay, is this for you?
Yes, it is.
I see. How long have you been coming here?
I guess since the fall.
Okay. Did you know how to sew before you came?
No.
No? And you've made this dress already?
I made a blouse first. Now I'm working on this.
You made
a blouse first. Now I'm working on this.
Oh, that's really gorgeous. Like that.
Can I get there before you...
Hi.
Hello.
What are you making?
2-piece suit, a dress and a blouse.
Is this your first attempt at making something here?
Yes, it is. Uh-huh.
Oh, let's hold it up.
This is good.
Looks good to me. Looks like you're doing a fine job on your first attempt.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope it turn out all right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to make a blouse.
For yourself? It looks
No.
awfully small.
No, for my daughter.
I see. Are you a newcomer, or?
Yes, I am.
Had you had any experience at sewing before you joined SIGA?
Well, I made the children's clothes. This is what I'm trying to make.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll ask you about how many... Wait a minute, Rachel.
Count 5.
How many seniors come here on the average during the day, Ms. Bagwell?
Well, we serve about 30 to 35 on a daily basis.
Okay. Do you normally have more women than men, as in most programs?
We have more women. In fact, the women outnumber the men 2 to 1.
Oh,
So
my.
if any of the ladies are looking for some companionship, come on over.
What other types of activities are available for the men to participate in?
Well, we have card playing, we have checkers, we have dominoes, we have field trips, and we serve lunch every day sponsored by Eating Together in Baltimore. We have a variety of classes that the men or the women can participate in.
I see. Ms. Bagwell is the center director of the Greenmount West Saga Center. In your opinion, what do you see as the one major benefit that the seniors derive from coming to Saga?
Well, one thing, we provide nutrition, education, recreation, and socialization for the seniors of the neighborhood. They get a chance to get out, to be around people who have common interests. A lot of our members live alone, and there's an amount of loneliness. But coming to the center every day, they are able to socialize and do the kinds of things with people who like to do the same things.
Thank you, Ms. Bagwell.
You're welcome.
One more question.
The major focus of our program now is to let seniors in the Greenmount West area know of the services that are offered in their neighborhood for
Here
them.
at the Clothing Bank here at Center 2, and with me is Center Director Ronnie Lockwood. Ronnie, what is the Clothing Bank?
The Clothing Bank, Dorothy, is a clothing resource center created by the center in cooperation with the neighborhood. What we have done is, through our council, we have collected clothing from donations from residents of the area. We have used these clothes to create a fund to serve the needy in the area by having yard sales. From the proceeds of the yard sales, we have been able to provide clothing baskets, clothing and toys for needy families in the area, especially around the holidays.
Jean Spence, the director of the Oliver Multipurpose Center here at 1400 East Federal Street. Jean, what goes on here at the Oliver Multipurpose Center during the course of a day?
We have various agencies within the Oliver Center. We have school age and preschool daycare. We have a comprehensive senior citizens program. We have the mayor's office and the PAC office. Also, we have recreation.
What impact do you feel that the Oliver Multipurpose Center is making on the Oliver community?
For one thing, our children are beginning to do many constructive things with their time, which is very good. Our parents no longer can worry about that child who need care but's too old to get into preschool. So that helps a lot. And it keeps our seniors from sitting home being in boredom.
Tell me about this very distinguished guest I understand you had recently. What was that all about?
Well, we had a visit from Mrs. Bush and Famous Amos, and they came to open up our literacy center that will be held in the library. This center is especially for adults, to teach adults who do not know how to read but want to learn, to give them the opportunity to do so. It's going to be a very good program. It will be run by volunteer people who have been trained by the Ena Pratt Library.
I see. We hear multipurpose center. We've been using the word multipurpose center. But can you explain to me what the multipurpose center concept is?
Okay, the multipurpose concept is one whereby people, the mayor has put this center here for the people in the community. There are 15 multipurpose centers. Each center is unique within itself in that the people in that particular community have said, this is what we want to do. This is what we need in our community. And that's why there's no one or two centers just alike. We call this Little City Hall, and we are catalysts for city, state, federal, and community groups and individuals to contact the mayor in their concerns and in our concerns. We are that direct people. In other words, we are the one-stop shop center. And once people come here, they should leave out of our doors smiling.
I see. With me now is Ms. Catherine Carter, coordinator of the Saga program here at the Oliver Multipurpose Center. Ms. Carter, what goes on here at Saga during the day?
We have a variety of activities for the senior citizens. We have basic ed, sewing class, arts and crafts, the wood shop mainly for the men, but women are not excluded. And I don't know whether I mentioned the sewing. We also have classes from Dundalk Community College coming in to provide classes and other activities for the seniors.
What happens to the crocheting that these ladies are doing here today? Do they keep these items or do they distribute them, sell them?
Well, usually we try to sell the items. Everybody needs a little cash at this time, so they try to sell them. A lot of times these things go on display at different fairs and churches.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. Today, we're at the Saga program, a program of the Urban Services Agency located in the Oliver Multipurpose Center. I'm in the Woodcraft workshop here at Saga, and this is
Rufus Jones.
Mr. Jones. Can you tell me what Saga is and what it means to you?
Well, Saga means to me a project that had been formed to give the elderly men a chance to do something to keep from being bored all day long doing anything. Now, on this project, I have really come in contact with 2 or 3 other gentlemen that together we make different projects for anybody that needs something to be done. In other words, we are just here to serve the public.
What types of things do you work on here? I see a dollhouse. Is this a dollhouse?
As you see this dollhouse is put together by the elderly men of the shop to make some child happy during the Christmas holidays. And it is also something to keep this shop open.
Laverne, what other services do you provide for the people in the Poppleton community?
We provide a job referral services for the residents in the community with businesses and contractors that are working in the area so far as physical improvements are concerned. And the businesses, if they are interested in hiring some of the kids in the neighborhood, they do that as well. We also have a sanitation campaign that goes on various times throughout the year in which we coexist with urban services agencies to develop strategies and a means of cleaning up the area.
Thank you. We're at the Baltimore Blueprint office in the Poppleton area. With me is Miss Linda Burton, who is Education Policy Team Coordinator here at Baltimore Blueprint. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Burton, can you tell me what goes on here at Baltimore Blueprint?
Yes, Baltimore Blueprint is a project that was set up to help coordinate various agencies' service to people. So we don't provide direct service to people in Southwest Baltimore, but we bring together people who have an impact on the services that are provided. We have policymakers from the federal level and the state and the city level, as well as the people who work, say, in the social service offices in this area or in the schools in this area or the housing centers, coming together here to talk about, do all of their policies coordinate and end up in the best service to the people that live here? So while we don't provide service directly, hopefully through our efforts, services do become better.
I see. I've heard that Baltimore Blueprint works to cut the red tape for individuals or groups. Is there any validity to that?
We hope so. Let me give you an example of cutting red tape. In working with the school system, with a large high school in this area, we heard teachers complain a lot about red tape, paperwork, and so forth. Through efforts of coordinating people at the state level and at the city level, we've helped set in motion a new system where teachers won't have to do anything to distribute lunch and bus tickets, which has been a headache that they always complain about. In addition, the school system is developing a way to even automate attendance data so that teachers won't be involved to the extent they are now in the daily attendance reporting. It'll be a very nice system. Our role in it was just getting people together, saying it's possible, and the ball started rolling. So that's one example of red tape cutting.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Burton. Donald Faulkner, Director of the Greater Model Community Recreation Center. Mr. Faulkner, can you tell me what role this center plays in the community? Does it just serve one segment of the community, one age group, or does it serve many people?
The recreation program serves the entire community. We have a program for the senior citizens as well as the young people. We are open from 10 o'clock in the morning to 10 p.m.
This is a very impressive trophy case here. Can you tell me about it? Or?
Yes, the trophies were awarded to the center and individuals for the various activities in the recreation center, which includes basketball, girls and boys, girls and boys softball. We have a declamation contest winner trophy for the young ladies in here. And we also have trophies for talent shows, where the young people are able to show their talents.
In the ceramics room of the Greater Model Recreation Center here, Mrs. Kirk, what goes on here in the ceramics room?
Oh, we have adults and we have young children here, and it's fun. It's something to do after you come home from work and you don't want to look at television. We do arts and crafts, ceramics. Ms. Adams is one of our teachers. She's doing knitting. We sew and everything else.
Who teaches this class? Are you one of the instructors?
We are one of them, yes.
One of the instructors.
Yes.
What happens to the items that are made?
Well, right now we're in the process of getting ready for fairs and stuff and raising money that way. We give Christmas baskets and et cetera and help the poor, some of the things with some of the money we raise.
What are the kids doing? Is this a regular ceramics class?
Well, they come in like 2 days out of a week, every week.
Are you instructor for this class, or you're just assisting them today?
Well, I'm assisting them today, but I come in on and off.
What do they do with these items? For instance, what are they going to do with these hearts that they have? Are they allowed to keep them or use them for exhibits?
Well, they're allowed to keep them. They can leave them here for exhibits for a while, and then they could take them home and give them to their parents or grandmothers.
Thank you. What are you going to do with that heart?
I'm going to give it to my mother.
Have you made anything else here?
No.
Did you come here a lot?
Yes, with my grandmother.
What else did you make?
I ain't making up notes for some clowns and something else for out there that Miss Barbara let us do for kids.
I see.